Hello and welcome everyone to another episode. Yes, not an instant takeoff this time. I'm sorry. Yeah, I gotta just do a few things before we take off because, problems. There we go. Whoa, yeah, there we go. Perfect. So, it's been a little while since my last video, and, I'm pretty much pleased to say that, I should be getting back more so to a regular schedule as soon as possible. I just been kind of neglecting things, and I have been trying to really do some different stuff with this game and try some different things, but I've been playing a little bit with the modded portion of the game, and I've been doing a few things here and there. The one thing I want to say right now is I want you guys to let me know what mods you would like to see me play. And I mentioned this the last episode or the episode before that, and I am very much wondering what it is you guys would like to see me actually implement. And that will be in its own separate series, and we'll start from scratch, just like we did with this one, and that will kind of go forward from there. So please let me know. So, good news everyone! I have been talking a lot about Delta V without tears, and that was a while ago, and I've been kind of, meandering around with it and really trying to figure out how to set up the equations correctly in Excel, and I had to cut back a few features in order to add extra things, but, and that's the big but, it's done. At least, sort of. I need your help. So, alright, this is not going to go good. There we go. Perfect. Get rid of it. There we go. Perfect. Just bring it back up. There we go. Yeah, the takeoff and this, you can notice that these tanks aren't draining the exact same way, and I think that has to do with me pulling fuel from this our payload down into these main tanks here, and it's causing all kinds of problems with the feed and everything else, so I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, Delta V without tears is complete, at least enough to where I feel secure enough for other people to see it and try to use it, and I am really looking for feedback on a lot of different things. I released it early on the forums, and I have gotten a lot of good criticism towards it, a different kind of critics, and everyone has their own little things, and yeah, so if you want to, oh god, oh my god, there we go, perfect. Nope, this is not gonna go well. Get rid of these, don't need them, bring this over. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, that was not good. I think when we get close to getting rid of this stage, I'm just gonna slow down and or kill the engines. That way we don't have to experience that again. But I really needed that part of the stage. Oh, there we go. Stop all that. Oh my god. This is not good. Bring this up. Bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up. There we go. Looking good. Looking real good. So yeah, I am going to need some help with it, and I really appreciate any criticism, whether it's good or bad, on what you guys like about it, what you don't like about it, and what you would like to see in it. Because once it's complete, where I feel good enough to where I can start releasing it at a further date, to everyone else, I want everyone to be able to use it and understand it, and I feel like I'm probably going to spend a lot of time really trying to explain how it works and everything else, and all the little minor features about it that I'm sure a lot of people don't really know, or they are things that people don't know that are pretty much new to the game. So I want someone who doesn't even know anything about this game to be able to pick it up and be able to try it. There we go. Bring it up. Bring up the nose, please. Please bring up the nose. So it's looking pretty good here, this launch. Oh my god. So far. Bring this up, bring it up, bring it up. There we go. We just can't get too close to our AP here, at least for right now. Looking good. So yeah, the one thing I will say that there isn't a requirement for when it comes down to the Delta V without tiers is you need to have Excel 2010. I don't know if it works on earlier versions. I don't know how backwards compatible it will be, but you'll need the latest version. At least that's what I use to actually create it and, you know, put everything together. So if you guys would like to try it, if you have Excel 2010 and you have everything else, there will be a link in the descriptions. Yeah, down here, I'm pointing down, physically pointing down right now. That's where the descriptions are, at least for now, because I'm pretty sure YouTube will probably end up changing that eventually, like they're changing everything else. And I just got another email, and it's not a very good one regarding YouTube, which is gonna probably maybe affect you guys. I know it's definitely going to affect me. Basically, they are going to be changing their copyright rules and stuff like that, and they have their algorithm and stuff in place that really checks, and it apparently is going to it's going to slow down the rate in which you can actually upload. Well, I should say it's going to check your video. So you know, it will check every person's video to see if they're breaking any copyright or anything like that. And because of all that, certain people's uploads may be delayed by certain amounts of time. So it could be delayed by 10 minutes, or it could be delayed by 2 hours, or 2 or 3 days. So I want to get that out there just so you guys know that if you don't see a video, this isn't going to be something recent. This will be a little bit later on. I believe it's going to be implemented at the end of this year, but I am, once again, not 100% certain as to when that is going to happen. So if there's a little lag in videos here and there that is going to start at maybe possibly the beginning of this year, it really won't be my fault. I will try getting some videos out, because I know probably in the beginning it is going to start, it's probably going to be really bad, and then it will eventually get better. So I'll probably upload a few videos here and there. I don't mean that like I'll only put 1 or 2 out, but it will definitely be somewhat different schedule as far as all of that is concerned. I don't know when and where and how all of this is going to take place, but yeah, that's basically all I have to say about that. So once everything is fixed with YouTube at that point in time, you know, then it will be regular normal schedule. And guys, I'm about to hit 1 year. It's amazing stuff. It's funny because I just checked, and I think I'm up to 886 or 888 subscribers. Amazing stuff, guys. Amazing. It's all because of you. Everything I've done is because of you. So I really do appreciate all of that, and I am very happy about that. And I am thinking about, not when I hit 1,000 subs, but basically once I hit 1 year, I'm thinking of possibly doing a live stream. Once again, I am not sure about any of this stuff, but a live stream will definitely be something that will be pretty amazing. I don't know when or where or how, but as time goes on, I will give you guys the info basically when I will do it and all that other good stuff. But you know, that it's definitely not 100% possibility right now. That's all I can say, but it is definitely something I've been thinking about. So thank you guys for an amazing ride this year, and it's been unbelievably fun, and I can't wait for another year more. So let's get this thing orbiting around. We'll get the Minmus. But yeah, this station, it was something I've had in development for a little while, as far as how I wanted to build it. I had the idea of how I wanted to build it. I just didn't know how to implement the building and all that other good stuff because of the fact that it is not a very conventional station as to most of my stations, most of the stuff I've built. It is very much different from all of those. So that it was kind of the main problem as far as getting around to building it and getting everything done. There we go. Now I think I should get down. I know we're going to have to use our next stage here, but I think, how much fuel do we got? That should cover us until like maybe like right here. I think we should be alright. Let's go. So it's looking pretty good. That's all I can say. Yeah, we didn't even get anything out of there. There we go. But I ended up reading a really good, I don't know if you want a quote or something, but it's like, you know, it's like the Jose, or not Jose Cuervo, what is that? Dos Equis guy, but it's a Kerbal, and it's like, I don't always mess up my rocket launches, but when I do, I usually end up messing up the last two stages and screwing it up once I already have completed most of the mission. This is amazing. I'm like, yep, that's exactly it. That's 100% right. But yeah, so anyways, I've been working on this station, and it wasn't the most conventional station for me to build. It really took me some time to really figure out how and what and where and what everything, how it's all going to come together. It was a really big pain in the butt. So basically what we're looking at right here, if you want to look at it from this direction, would be the bottom of the station. There won't be, because a lot of my stations I build, there's kind of a top and a bottom, and you can use them interchangeably, and it's always kind of the same thing. This one will have only one real direction. So that's one of the designs that I chose, and it seems to be working fairly well. The other thing I couldn't do, and I really wish I could, was I wish I could have put all HAB modules inside here. I call them HAB modules, but they're the storage containers or whatever they're called, but you basically just cram like 4 Kerbals in them. You can't actually radially, I can't even say that word, radially, well, I'm not even going to attempt. Yeah, you can't do that with those in the VAB. It doesn't allow you to do that. So that's one of the major problems that I wish they would change it a little bit, but I know that not everything can be perfectly changed and, you know, whatever you. So that didn't work for here, so I had to go with fuel tanks, and there will be one more of these that I actually launch as well. Now, I did choose 3 docking ports over having 1 big docking port, and the main reason behind that was having a really big docking port works, but the main problem is that there is no... There's a few different reasons. One of them is that there is no actual big, you know, tube-like structure that you can use that has almost no weight to it, that you could use as a connector that would also match up with the station as far as like color and everything else, which I know someone's going to say, well, there's a mod out there that you can get something like that. So I just kind of want to stay away from the mods on this build and this whole entire save. I don't want to use any mods on it, so that's kind of where I sit with that. But mods will be coming in the future, a modded series where we will start from scratch. I don't know if I just mentioned that, but yeah. So this thing took a little while to set up. There will be 3 of the docking ports on the side here, and they will be connected in 3 different spots for 3 separate modules. One of these is basically going to be the same thing as this. I think I mentioned that already. And the other one will be a solar array. So, and another one will be a docking port kind of area where you can come and dock up your ships and all that other good stuff. And this thing is going to be like more of a Kerbal motel kind of thing, I guess, if you want to call it that. So it looks pretty awesome. Right now there are no HAB modules on it. That is what all these gaps are for, because I will be adding the HAB modules to it separately, which is probably going to be a pain in the butt, but whatever. I think it will look awesome once it's done, and definitely probably going to be pretty freaking amazing. So anyways, guys, let's see. We're getting pretty close here. We're going to be a little bit off as far as the burn is concerned, but I think we'll be fairly okay. It's been so long since I've been to Minmus, I almost kind of forgot how to get there, but, you know, I couldn't really honestly forget about that, considering all the crap I've launched to these places. So the one thing I'm going to say right now as well is Duna is almost done. There's only one more thing I can really think of right now, as far as the satellite network, and that will be pretty much done after that point. And I think I'll do another video just to kind of recap all the stuff that we set up and brought there and did, and that will be kind of the end of colonizing Duna. So, you know, our next mission that we set up, maybe we'll end up going there and just kind of checking everything out and, you know, making use of the facilities. But I plan on working on the station that's in orbit around Duna, and that will be one of my kind of next things I do as far as the station is concerned. We'll start working on that, building it up. But I feel like that will be more of something that we do a little bit later. Oh, that's not that bad, though, I do gotta say. We got pretty close. That's kind of the orbit that I wanted to get anyways. I wanted to get pretty close, so. This thing will be sitting fairly close to the surface. Alright, well, I don't know if you want to call it the surface or whatever, but it will have a pretty low altitude. It will probably, I think we should put it around like 60 or 50. I want to get it very, very low. That's all I can say. I think it will look really awesome if we have it pretty low. I just don't want to get the motion sickness that you get when you get really, really close. Kurt did that on one of his videos, or one of his stations, and like every time you were watching the video, you almost like basically wanted to puke, because just looking at it was not a good thing. So it's looking pretty good here. Let's just get this thing into orbit. So yeah, the one thing I'm really looking forward to is the criticism and whatever feedback I can get out of the Delta V without tears, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say about it, if you like it, dislike it. It doesn't have staging in it, so that's the one thing I should mention right now. No staging, at least for now. I will be adding that, so I want you guys to know there won't be any staging for now, but it will be added. And the main reasoning behind that is I wanted to build it more for vessels that already are in space. And I have no atmosphere related stuff. There are parachutes in the game, or in the build of it, and there are, you know, everything is there. All the parts in the game are on the spreadsheets, but the parachutes and stuff like that, it doesn't actually have any values to it as far as I know. I don't remember when I set it up, or when I set up the parachute portion of that spreadsheet, so I don't know. I could have possibly added values to it and I just didn't use them, but that is where I'm going to sit on that, at least for right now. So where's the satellite at? I don't even see it. Oh, there it is. So there we go. Perfect. So let's just fix our inclination here real quick. This shouldn't be that bad. I think it's only like 6 degrees, yeah. I think that, yeah. That's looking good. So yeah, the one thing that the parachutes don't actually work in the game. I should say in the build that I have for the Delta V without tears. I did not, I don't believe I put any atmospheric stuff in the game. So it's basically for vessels that are in space, and, you know, there really isn't going to be any changes to any of that, at least until I decide that it really is going to be the best thing to do that. I don't want to put atmospheric stuff in the game, at least for now, because of the fact that it's a little bit more complex than doing basically the space stuff and everything else. The most of the equations that for space and space-related activity really aren't that intense to learn, so I have learned a lot since doing this, though, so that's the one thing I will say, and it's probably going to help me a lot later on, but, I mean, for now, it did help me a lot with the Jewel mission, I do have to say, so that is... The creation of that spreadsheet was mostly for use on the Jewel mission, so if you guys haven't seen the Jewel mission, you guys should go check that out, but, yeah, that was pretty intense. So that thing did help me a little bit, because it did a lot of the computing for me as far as how big the ship is and everything else. So let's just bring this down to... I'm going to see what 60 looks like. If 60 looks good, then I think we'll stick with 60. There we go. Just bring it down a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. I don't know if 60 is going to be too low or too high, but I think it should be okay. Just see how this looks from here. I think we'll bring it down a little bit more. Bring it down to 40. See, I want something that will be able to fly by the station, but, you know, that would be really, I mean, I should say the ground base, but I know that would be really, really low. So that's the other thing we're going to start working on, too. I'm sorry that this video isn't going to be the most exciting thing, but, you know, just a lot of information I wanted to get out to you guys as far as everything else. Definitely going to start working on more ground bases because of the fact that I want to start kind of mastering the ground base. Like, I still feel like I'm pretty good at it, but there are many things that I wish I could get done as far as the ground bases are concerned. So let's get this down. There we go. Perfect. I don't like that. There we go. Oh my god. I'm a noob. I'm sorry. There we go, looking good. Now this thing right here is just the refueler. I know it says moon base refueler, but I don't know why it says that. I probably forgot to rename it or something, but whatever. There we go. Alright, bring this over. Yeah, I need to go towards retrograde, whatever. So yeah, the moon base thing is going to be the next thing that I kind of pick up on too, and I might start doing that like right now, but I like to focus on one thing at a time, mostly because it's a little bit easier to do when you're working on the same project the entire time and you see through the entire project, as opposed to, you know, picking up on one thing and then picking up on something else. It really does start to screw with you as far as how you really set everything up. There we go. So bring this over. There we go. This should be pretty high now. There we go. I usually try to get it in a fairly decent orbit, like the first time, because I know it will get bumped out of orbit eventually. Well, bumped out of its like perfect orbit eventually, so that's, I at least try the first time. So let's just bring this. It looks like this got changed or something. Control from here. No, I guess not. Well, whatever. Just bring this up. And this should be the main platform for our base here. This, I mean, this is basically it. Well, I should say our Mega Station. I don't really know what I'm going to call it, at least for right now, but I think it's going to be Minmus Mega Station. and we'll pick up from there once this thing is really, starting to get built and really start coming together. I don't know. I might end up renaming it halfway through or what have you. So yeah, there will be 3 connector ports here, and this should really help with stabilization as far as having separate pieces connected and everything else. But it's looking pretty amazing right now, and yeah. So if you guys like what you see here, subscribe. There's always more to come. To all you new people, welcome. And yeah, I will see you next time.